slang, le Verlan. Verlan is the slang for l'envers. L'envers means backwards. Verlan is when word syllables get switched. You can't use it all the time. It is so informal. Now let us look at some common Verlan words and expressions. La rum, which comes from la mère, which means mother. Le reuf, which comes from le père, which means father. Le reuf, which comes from the word le frère, which means brother. La meuf, which comes from la femme, which means woman. Le cum, which comes from le mec, which means guy. Teuf, which comes from word fête, which means festival. Vénère, which comes from Énervé, which means irritated. Zikmu, which comes from word music, which means music. Tof, which comes from photo, which means picture. Ouf, which comes from fou, which means crazy. Meuf, which comes from fumer, which means to smoke. Zarbi, which comes from bizarre, which means weird. Chanmé, which comes from Méchant, which means naughty. Zonmé, which comes from Maison, which means house. Portnawak, which comes from n'importe quoi, which means no matter what. Tobe, which comes from bête, which means stupid. Keblo, which comes from bloqué, which means stuck. Rush, which comes from Chère, which means expensive. Relou, which comes from lourd, which means annoying. Iench, which comes from Chien, which means dog. Teuf, which comes from futur, which means future. Chez moi, which comes from chez moi, which means at my place. Comme, which comes from comme ça, which means like that. Mi fa, which comes from famille, which means family. Cimer, which comes from word merci, which means thank you. Jourbon, which comes from word bonjour, which means hello. Tromé, which comes from word métro, which means metro. Céfran, which comes from the word français, which means French.